Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Mohit Ali Khan and we have got an honorable guest with us today who is from the UK. Sir, can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you very much. My name is David Mann. I'm the Senior Vice President of Education Strategy from Avantis Systems in the UK.
Sir, this might be your first visit to ICB, right?
So it is. It's my first visit to Pakistan.
Oh wow. So can you tell us your first experience here?
It's been fantastic. So from turning up at the front gate, very warmly welcomed by the team, all the way through. So we've been very lucky to work with a number of your student colleagues, but also some of your teaching staff. What a fantastic building, firstly. We've been working in one of your computer labs, but also we've had the chance to go and visit one of your community hubs and visit your gym as well.
Oh, of course.
So it's been very good.
I hope you enjoyed it.
It's been wonderful, thank you.
And you have designed a VR room, especially for the students, right? So what do you've invested so much, what are the goals and aims you see in the next 10 to 15 years?
So for us, it's to make the technology available to all. I think that equity is a big piece, and we're working very closely with the Ministry of Education for Pakistan, but also ISESCO, to make this type of technology equitable so that it's available across all of the different regions in the world. So we're very fortunate as a company that we work across 90 different countries. We work with about 2 million students actively every day. So for me, it's expanding that vision, and it's about making it become a technology that is part of a classroom experience anywhere in the world.
So are there any scholarships for the students?
So that it's more about giving teachers and students the experiences. So it's really important in teaching and learning that you have an understanding and sort of compassion and emotive connection to the content and type of subjects that you're learning. So what VR is immensely powerful for is putting you within those experiences. So you're very fortunate. We were talking before about your opportunity to travel and having been to the UK. But for many students, that's not something that's attainable. So how do we broaden that experience so that all of your peers and colleagues within not only the school here, but also throughout Pakistan and throughout the world can understand the challenges that face us, so that we can go into the next 10, 15 years equipped to try and address that.
Okay, so I want to take you back to the time when you were in college and you were studying. So had you got this modern equipment?
So, believe it or not, when I was back in school was over 20 years ago. Yeah. I don't look old enough, I know. But we had one TV on a stand that would get wheeled in, and it would turn up for 15 or 20 minutes at the end of every term. And then as I was leaving school, we had what was called a BBC Master. So I was the computer boy, believe it or not, for my school. And you would go in and you would put paper in the printer and we'd turn it on and we'd use it a couple of times a day. But things have changed even since we started Avantis over 20 years ago. The way that students and teachers have access to technology at home means that we need to step up our game. And we need to really improve what you experience and what your peers experience in classrooms, because you get such a broad range of influences at home and on your travels. And how do we bring that excitement and that engagement into the classroom?
So can you tell me the modern technology, how far has it gone? How much is the competition in this world?
So the technology has changed exponentially in the last 5 to 10 years. When I first started in this sector 20 years ago, we were training teachers how to touch type. And there weren't enough keyboards to go around. So we had printouts and we'd sit and we'd practice typing. To now, if you turn up in a primary school in Nigeria, in Pakistan, and you get your mouse out of your bag, students look confused. They want to know why you're not touching the screen. So within the space of my lifetime in education technology, it's changed dramatically. And then within the last 5 years, it has changed without doubt. We're starting to see the introduction of AI technology as tutoring tools, virtual reality, augmented reality as an engagement tool, as a teaching tool, but also so that we talk a lot about sort of change in the dynamic in the classroom. So it gives us the ability to allow you to continue your studies at home. So most importantly for me, that your time in school in front of a teacher is sort of quality education first. You're finding out information all the time, and you're coming in, you're asking questions, you're inquisitive, you're inquiring. And I think that's great to see, is that technology has allowed us, good and bad, has allowed us to access this information 24/7, and then come in, and our time spent with the teaching staff should be time where we can question and inquire and call on their knowledge. So it's really changed the way we teach and the way we deliver.
Yeah, that's because the teacher reads hundreds, thousands of books and then comes...
Yeah. But the teacher doesn't need to be, and they shouldn't be, the expert of everything. They're a guide, they're a light to try and take us through the steps. And any good educational experience will always be about giving me the tools to go out and take the next steps. So your ability to understand concepts and go into a wider world that we're trying to prepare you for without knowing what that will look like. And which always, all of the teaching staff we worked with this morning they've got that in the back of their minds of thinking, the students that are sat in front of me today are probably going to have a job that I don't even know it exists yet.
Yes.
I don't know the title of it, and I don't know what it is. So how can we give you the skills to be compassionate, to be understanding, to be empathetic, to be able to engage and learn on your own? And any good education system will always deliver that. When you leave, you have the ability to continue learning. It's just the start of your learning journey.
Yeah, so every child has got the modern technology at the palm of their hands.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to them on how to effectively use this technology? Because there are many who are just using their time in scrolling on Instagram Reels or TikTok. So what advice would you give to them?
It's the same as we would always discuss, and whenever we're making a comparison, we're always trying and tie it back to something that everyone understands. So the